Deb Berman with Justmeans. I'm here with John Viera, who's the Director of Sustainability for Ford at the ICCR conference in New York City. John, thanks for taking the time to speak with us today. Always a pleasure. Was hoping if you could just start by telling us a little bit about the impact that ICCR has had on Ford as a company and your work with them.
Yeah, sure. Well, when we talk about sustainability at Ford, and I think just in general when we talk about sustainability, it's really what are we doing on the environmental front and what are we doing on the social front.
Okay.
And ICCR has been very impactful initially on the social front. So they've really engaged with us on focusing on what are the type of working conditions we need to have within our facilities for our workers, but then extending that to what are the working conditions we should be pushing into our supply base. So they've been a critic on one hand, but also a great coach on the other. And at the end of the day, it really allowed us to move forward on the social or working conditions.
And what are some of those tactical changes that came out of that work together?
Well, I think it was a matter of, really we put together what we call the code of working conditions. So, what are the specific elements of those working conditions? Are the environment safe? Are people getting paid a fair wage? Are they working the right number of hours? It's those types of items that they're able to bring in kind of best practices to us that we're able to get into our code.
And now that there's been some, sounds like DNA changes and cultural changes for the better, what do you see as kind of happening in venues like today around this kind of issue in your work with them on an ongoing basis?
Well, I think one of the things that ICCR does very well is that they're always looking at on the leading edge of what is the next issue we should be focused on. And a critical issue right now, Deb, is the whole topic of conflict minerals. And so we get a lot of our materials and our minerals for our products from sources in our areas of concern. So ICCR is doing a great job helping to lead us through how do we trace back to those problem areas, those conflict minerals, and hopefully be able to make a change in those areas to have the proper working conditions and people being treated the right way in terms of supplying those minerals to us.
And it sounds like because of that work together, you have a clearer roadmap of the kinds of things that you should be doing and tweaking and changing for your sustainability impact.
Yeah, I think it's a clear roadmap, and the other power that ICCR has is that they work with a lot of different companies, so they don't necessarily have to have the answer themselves, but they're able to go out and working with other member companies and bring those best practices to us.
That's great. This is really helpful. Thank you so much, John. I'm here with John Viera, who's the Director of Sustainability for Ford at the ICCR conference in New York City. Thank you so much, John.
Thank you, Deb.
Appreciate it.